guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing good, but I just wanted to come tell y'all, don't tell anybody that you can't do it. Whatever you want to do in life, you can do it. You just got to set your mind to it, study, pray, and just do what you got to do to achieve it, So really, you just got to keep your mind focused, because y'all, it's not hard. But and I know when I was going to middle school, the teachers would tell the kids, they would say, well, you're never gonna be able to get. Some of the teachers, I'm not gonna say all, y'all, let me correct myself, some, or one that I heard, maybe one or two that I heard of, would tell the kids, like, if you don't stop this, the only job you'll be able to get is working at McDonald's. Okay, well, maybe, but I like McDonald's myself, and there's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, because, hey, a job, I feel like, is a job. So if that's what that's doing at that moment, and you want to move up, that is fine, so I'm not going to knock it. And one time I had made a comment when I was younger, and it sounded like I was knocking the people that was working there. I really wasn't trying to say that. I think I just came off wrong in how I delivered it. But anyway, they'll say that, but I just feel like sometimes that's not true, because you can take a completely lazy kid like I was and turn them around. It's when they get their mind to it. Now, yes, that's going to take time, but I feel like this, even with that being said, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they're going to be. Because a lot of times people will take kids that have a rough background and they'll say, well, they're not going to be nothing because this is what they came from. Some of the kids and the people and the teenagers and the grown people that came from a rough background are the main ones that have good businesses. Not that I'm not saying that people that come from middle class don't. I'm just saying sometimes some of the ones from middle class, lower class are doing it. Getting in there, doing their work and just powering up, y'all. But for real, and I just feel like people have to be careful when they say that, because that's not always true. Like, yes, they might sit there, that's where it starts at, but that doesn't mean that they can't change it around, because really, I just feel like middle school does help you for high school. But I felt like in middle school, it helped me, but I was still being lazy. And I was still being lazy in high school a little bit. And I'm still being just a little bit lazy. Probably about 25%, to be honest. But really, because it's what you put your mind to. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all no story. I was lazy. I was about as lazy as you can get. I was so lazy in middle school that, y'all, I had 9 missing assignments and had the teacher calling my mama. And when she called my mama, I said, oh, Jesus help me. I said, because, at this point, I'm done. At this point, I'm done for, because when my mama doesn't play that, and when she found out about those, she was mad at me, and she got on. I didn't get in big trouble, nothing like that, but she just told me, she said, if this happens again, I'm going to get you. And I know she was telling the truth, and it didn't happen again, because I finally put my mind to it and said, okay, I need to get in here and do these assignments. And y'all, I knew how to do it. I just didn't want to do it, because I was just lazy. So, and the poor teacher, she liked me and everything. She was saying, I don't understand. Did she not understand you? No, I really did. I knew what I was doing, and I knew how to do it, and I knew what I was doing, but I didn't care. That's just how I was back then. So when I got to, I got them, I worked them out, I got them turned in, but I can say that when I got to 9th grade, I was studying in all the other classes, but when I got to math, y'all, I did it again. I said, well, I don't really even understand it. So I may as well put Facebook or something like that ahead of this, because if I don't understand it anyway, why am I wasting my time? So I kind of sort of gave up on myself then, which I shouldn't have, because it wasn't that hard. I'm terrible at math. Like if you say how much you take away from this, like I know, but I'll still be like, I was bad. So anyway, and my mama was always getting on me, yelling at me, you just lazy, you just lazy. And yes, it did hurt me. So one day I remember I was sitting there crying because of it, and I had my phone and I was getting ready to delete Facebook. And my dad was like, what you doing that for? I was like, well, if this is distracting me, I just don't need to have it. So anyway, I just had to stop being lazy. Now I will say this too, like, it is hard. I'm not going to say it's not. It is very, very hard. But what I can tell the kids is, now, if you sitting here 10th, 9th grade, and it's another class like a class that I had every day, I have it every day. The same teacher, she's a really nice, all my teachers are nice, but we had this assignment to do over the weekend, and some of the kids didn't do it over the weekend. They wait until Monday to say, I need to turn this in. Now, yes, I understand kids are working, playing sports, doing all that, but we have to make time for that. Because if we can make time for that, we can make time for school and put that time towards knowing that we can make it to the finish line. But if we don't put that time towards that, like I was doing, and how some of the kids do, then that's it. What we put in is what we get out. So if we don't put our time towards that, don't be surprised if they tell you that, oh, you didn't pass this class, because we know what we're doing. And I'm not blaming them. I was there too, y'all. I was about as lazy can be. I didn't want to do nothing. Now for my other classes, yeah, like I wanted to do them, but math, that was the least of my word, like, when I said least of my words, I don't mean that, I mean that, and like, I'm saying that was far off my list of what I wanted to do. I was like, oh, well, and that was my attitude, oh, well. So, I just put Facebook there, I put watching TV there, until she kept on at me. And I'm not going to tell y'all no story. The first test I made, I think I made a 57, I think it was. So I come home, if you get a good grade, you kind of get what you want, in a way, So I come home, I tell my mom, I said, I made a C on this test, can I get Chinese food? And so she went out, got me that. And come to find out, a few days later, my advocacy teacher told me that I got an F. And I'm sitting here an F. I'm telling y'all, when I said I thought it was a C, I thought that test was a C. I didn't know.